Hi there. So I want to do a quick review on thesis statement development for your papers. Again, this is a review because we have talked about this earlier this year. This information can be found in the guided notes for the writing process, which should be in the writing section of your binder. So, quick review here. A thesis statement is generally one sentence under 30 words at the end of your introductory paragraph. And the goal of that sentence is to let your reader know the main point or the message of your paper. You might hear that term used interchangeably with the word claim. Essentially, a claim and a thesis statement are exactly the same thing. And again, it should be the last sentence of your introductory paragraph. The reason why we want that to be the last sentence of your introduction is because that way it's the first thing in your audience's mind as they go into the body of your essay. You put that first in your introduction, then you run the risk of your introduction sounding repetitive and redundant. And also, your reader might forget what the claim you're making is in the paper by the time they actually get to the body. Okay. So, again, you are going to base your thesis or your claim on the information that you found in your research. So this is going to be different for everybody because you all read different research articles. So again, it's easier to make your thesis fit research that you've already found than to try and make research fit a thesis when that research might not necessarily exist. So again, I think the majority of you, and this is especially after looking at some of the sample thesis statements, will probably be writing your thesis about either the symbols or the themes in the book. So look over your source sheets, see what the majority of your research says, and that will help you form your thesis. So again, if you're looking at your source sheets and you're like, well, gosh, most of my research is about symbolism, then you should probably write your paper about symbolism. Or if you're looking at your research and you're saying, well, I have a lot of really good research on historical context, then your paper should probably be about historical context. So let's look at some different sample thesis statements here. And again, you can model yours after these, just try and make the wording original and your own. Now, one thing I want to remind you of is what I call the rule of threes. Your 5 paragraph essay is going to have 3 body paragraphs. So that way, if you look at your thesis statement, you should have 3 components in your thesis statement that you can then separate into the body paragraphs. Let's look at this first example here. It says Bob Ewell, Scout Finch, and Atticus Finch all demonstrate the theme of racism and prejudice. What I like about the sample thesis statement is it's clear which concept we're discussing. We're discussing theme. It's clear what the theme is. We're talking about racism and prejudice, and it also abides by the rules of 3. So we've got Bob Ewell, Scout Finch, and Atticus Finch. What this does is it sets up the structure for the rest of your paper. You now know you're going to have one body paragraph about Bob Ewell, one body paragraph about Scout Finch, and one body paragraph about Atticus Finch. Let's move down and look at the second one here. This one says Harper Lee uses the symbols of the mockingbird and the blue jay to develop the theme of racism and prejudice. Again, this one's really good because we know we're discussing symbolism and we're also discussing theme. Now, if you look at this, it might not readily abide by that rule of 3, but if you look a little closer, it does. So we've got one paragraph that's going to be about the theme of racism. We've got one paragraph that's going to be about the symbol of the mockingbird and another paragraph about the symbol of the blue jay. Again, this claim sets up the structure of your paper. Now, if you wanted to write only about symbolism, I would recommend that you find 3 good symbols and structure your thesis statement around that. So let's look at this third one here. It says, in the novel, the snowman, the fire at Miss Maudie's house, and the mockingbird are symbols for racial injustice. So we know, again, we're writing about the concept of symbolism, and I've got 3 different symbols, which sets up the structure of the paper. So the snowman will be the first paragraph. The fire at Miss Maudie's will be the second paragraph, and the third paragraph will be about the mockingbird. If you're thinking you want to write about gender roles, and I saw only a few people who were interested in that, what you want to do again is talk about this concept of gender roles. So we've got our concept right here, and this abides by a rule of 3s. We know we're going to talk about Jem, Scout, and Dill, and each of those characters will become its own paragraph. Lastly, if you wanted to write about the historical context for the novel, I would choose 3 different historical events, and each of those can become a different paragraph. So this one says Emmett Till, the Scottsboro Boys, and the Civil Rights Movement all provide the historical context for the novel. So again, I know you're writing about historical context, and each of these three different historical context kind of movements in history are going to provide a different body paragraph. So again, try and model your thesis statement after this. Have a clear concept like theme, symbolism, historical context, and then have it abide by the rule of three. Have three different examples that will then become a body paragraph. From here, it makes writing your topic sentences quite easy. For your topic sentences, those should be nice, concise, to the point, simple sentences that tell us exactly what that paragraph is going to be about. Let's look at a sample here. So you kind of just want to take your thesis statement and you want to kind of dissect it into three different pieces. So if your thesis statement says Bob Ewell, Scout Finch, and Atticus Finch all demonstrate the theme of racism, each of these characters will have his or her own topic sentence. And you want to go in the same order that they appear in your thesis statement. Topic sentence 1 says, one character who demonstrates the theme of racism in the novel is Bob Ewell. Topic sentence 2 says, another character, Scout Finch, is subjected to discrimination in the novel because of her gender. Topic sentence 3 says, lastly, Atticus Finch fights against the evils of racism in his small southern town. So I've created a nice, clear, short topic sentence about each of those characters, and I know what that paragraph will be about. Let's look at one more sample here. This says, Harper Lee uses the symbols of the mockingbird and the blue jay to develop the theme of racism and prejudice. If you're planning on doing this paper where you're combining both theme and symbolism, I would suggest by starting with a discussion of the theme. So topic sentence 1 says, one of the central themes in the novel is racism and prejudice. Topic sentence 2 says, in the book, the mockingbird is a symbol for innocent people who are subjected to racism and prejudice. Topic sentence 3 says, in addition to mockingbirds, blue jays symbolize the racist bullies in town. Again, nice, clear, short sentences. They all relate directly to the thesis statement that I've kind of just dissected into three separate parts. So that's the goal of what you're going to do today. You're going to write a nice, clear thesis statement that gives a concept like symbolism, theme, historical context, gender roles, what have you, and it's going to abide by that rule of three. Three characters, three symbols, three themes, three concepts that you can easily divide up into nice, short, concise, clear topic sentences. You are then going to fill these in on the graphic organizer that is on Google Classroom. I will put this video on Progress Book. If you get confused, if you're working at home or in study hall, please watch this video again, and that will help you do this. If you have any other questions, email me or come see me, and I'm happy to help. Have a great day.